Yo's me, your boy, Shonen Boy here today. I'm here today to review the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1035. So let's get straight into this video. So the cover page for this chapter is, we get to see the Germa. This is a little bit of back in time before we got to Wano and everything like that. I'm pretty sure this is right after Whole Cake Island just finished and everything's everything went to shit over there because of the Straw Hats and everything like that. The Germa are trying to get away from Whole Cake Island because their alliance with Big Mom is fucked, like in the water, like it's not happening. Okay, so I don't know what they're going to be doing. This is a new cover series, so we're going to see the Germa 66 and what they're up to and everything like that, and what they're going to be doing next. I have no idea where this is going to go, but yeah, so that's basically what the cover story is, and the title of this chapter is Zoro versus King. So yeah, this is a really good chapter. So yeah, so let's get straight into it. The first page of this chapter is, so we get to see the aftermath of Sanji's fight with Queen, and he kicks Queen, and it looks like Queen has gone actually off Onigashima, so that's pretty funny if you ask me. And they're almost over the flower capital, so Queen is going to fall maybe into the flower capital, and a bunch of people are going to see him, and that's how the the people from the flower capital are going to look up actually and see Onigashima floating in the air, and they're going to go, oh, we should maybe evacuate, because that's something that I didn't really understand, because I thought at least someone would look up into the sky and saw, like, maybe looked up to see the moon, I don't know, and saw Onigashima flying up in the sky and be like, what's that? So yeah, so it'd be funny if Queen just lands in the center of town while everyone's having the fire festival and everything like that, and they just go, is that Queen from the Beast Pirates? Like, what? Where did he come from? Oh. Like, it'll be funny. It'll be really funny. So yeah. So Sanji kicks Queen off Onigashima, and then he picks up the little mouse Chuji and gives it to the person, the lady, and and then he basically conks out. He's done. He's out for the I'm pretty sure Sanji will be out for the remainder of maybe Wano. He might just wake up or something like that, and he might get back with one of the Straw Hats or something like that. Maybe he might find Chopper and they bandage him up or something like that. But he is out. He is down, and he's clocked out. So I'm pretty sure the geishas are going to, or whatever they are going to help him with like first aid and everything like that and care for him. So yeah, so that'll be good. So moving on to the next page of the chapter, we get to see King and Zoro, and we get to see King's face. Zoro cuts King's sort of like mask, and he reveals his face. He peels the mask off, and we get to see his face for the first time. And he looks pretty good. He looks pretty nice. He looks he looks like a bit of a pretty boy and everything like that underneath that mask. And and also Zoro's found out the whole entire sort of weakness of King. When the flames are on his back go away, he can cut him. But when the flames are on, he cannot cut him. He cannot do anything, and he's basically indestructible. So yeah, so it's basically like a boss fight. If you've ever played a video game or anything like that, like when you verse a boss and it has some type of like kink to it, or you have to do some special skill or something like that, or it has a weakness that you gotta exploit or something like that. That's basically King. When his fire is down, he becomes a little bit faster and everything like that, but you can cut him, you can injure him when his fire is down. But when his fire is up, you cannot cut him or anything like that. Even if you do your strongest move, he will still not bleed, he will still not get cut or anything like that, and he will still be ready to go. He will still be fine. So yeah. So moving on to the next page, that's basically what happens in this in these two in these panels. So yeah. Moving on, we get to see a full body sort of like image of like King, and he's a pretty tall dude. He looks really cool. I think we got like a color we got a color scheme. He's got like brown skin and he's got white hair, and basically the government is looking for the Lunarians because I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure because they live in like they can adapt to any environment or something like that, and like they would like to experiment on the Lunarians and everything like that because they're a very unique, rare race. So that's probably why the world government's like looking for them and everything like that. And the beast pirates like say or the government's looking for them. There's a really big reward if you for any information about the Lunarians and everything like that. So yeah, and King just turns around to the beast pirates and he's just like and he just uses one of his attacks, and it's like a fiery dragon type of attack, and he burns them all. He kills them all and everything like that. And it's kind of gruesome. It's kind of bloody. So yeah. So King does not fuck around. He's just like, you saw my face. I'm gonna kill you all. Just so yeah. Then he looks up to where Zoro is, and he turns into his Pteranodon form, and he flies up to attack Zoro, and we get to see his transformation into his Pteranodon form, and because he doesn't have the mask on, we get to see the hair and everything like that, and it looks really cool. And yeah. And we also get to see his tattoo. I don't know anything about that tattoo or what it means or anything like that. I think it's just a interesting tattoo. I don't know if it symbolizes something or if it's got something to do with his race or something like that. I have no idea what's up with that tattoo, but yeah. So yeah. Moving on to the next page, we get to see some attacks and everything like that happening, and Zoro and King are going at it and everything like that, and it looks really cool. This would be way better if it was animated. I'm just gonna say that much because honestly, when I was reading this chapter for the first time, I've already read this chapter, so yeah. When I was reading this chapter for the first time, I was like, this would be really cool if it was animated, because the way the anime is going right now with the Wano arc, it is crisp. It is chef's kiss. Like honestly, like I cannot wait until the anime gets up to this particular point in the manga, and oh man, it's gonna look sexy. It's gonna look awesome. I want to see this animated. So yeah, King and Zoro going back and forth and everything like that. And this is the first time. I don't know if this is the first time, but I've never really heard like a subordinate of like a pirate, like one of the Yonko say, Kaido or Big Mom or Blackbeard or anything like that, their subordinates say they're going to be the king of the pirates. Like it's always like the Straw Hats or someone else saying like they're going to be the king of the pirates. I've never really heard any of the subordinates of like big crews like the Beast Pirates or the Big Mom Pirates or Blackbeard or Whitebeard or something like that say, oh, they're going to become the king of the pirates, like stand up for their captain and everything like that. So yeah, so that's interesting. So yeah, so King is really loyal to Kaido. He respects him and everything like that, and he looks up to him, I guess, and yeah, and he says like he's going to be king of the pirates, not Luffy. He's going to be king of the pirates. So and I'll make sure that happens. So yeah. So moving on to the next page, I just really like that. I think I like King's loyalty and everything like that to his captain. We don't really see that very often in other pirate crews, their loyalty to the captain and everything like that. Because you take a look at I guess Katakuri in Big Mom's crew. I highly doubt that Katakuri would be like, oh yeah, Big Mom's gonna be king of the pirates. I'm gonna make that happen. I don't think Katakuri would be like that type of person. Nah, he would be more of like protecting his siblings and everything like that. But yeah. But yeah, that's how I compare the those two and everything like that. But yeah. And then we get to see a little bit of a flashback with King and how he became part of like Kaido's crew. And I'm pretty sure he was the very first member of Kaido's crew. They were both in Punk Hazard. They were both experimented on and everything like that. And Kaido broke out of Punk Hazard and everything like that. And he said, come along with me. I'm gonna. You seem strong. I'm gonna start a new pirate crew. Be my right-hand man. And King says his name to Kaido and everything like that, and he says like, oh, you shouldn't go by that name anymore. You should go by the name King. It sounds cool or whatever. So yeah. It's kind of like the whole thing with like Luffy and Zoro. How Luffy found Zoro and he's like, come with me. I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna, be Pirate King and everything like that. And then But it's a little bit different with King and Kaido. So yeah, and Kaido looks a little bit weird without the mustache and everything like that. He looks a bit weird, but he's still cool, But yeah. And then we get to see sort of like the Zoro and King still, going at it and everything like that. Zoro's flipping around and shit, and they're going at it, which is really cool. I like that, Moving on to the next page of the chapter, we get to see, King and Zoro still going at it and everything like that, doing really powerful attacks and all this stuff. And then Zoro does this really awesome attack where he like cuts, King down like the middle of like his body, and it looks really awesome and really cool. I love the paneling and the artwork and everything like that. I seriously don't know how Oda does this in a week. Like he makes this look. He makes these paneling and artwork and everything like that, because I'm an artist too. Like I draw every once in a while, and I'm not the best, but I do I think I'm decent at drawing and everything like that. But like taking a look at like Oda's art style and everything like that, and how he can produce this level of art and do paneling and all that sort of stuff in a week is crazy. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. So yeah. But yeah, this looks really cool and really awesome, and the artwork is just like really cool. Yeah. So moving on to the last, last couple of pages of the chapter, they're still going at it. They're using their strongest moves and everything like that. And King uses his one of his, I love this move where he like turns his fire into like a dragon, and he attacks Zoro and everything like that. And Zoro like hockeys up his blades and everything like that, and it just looks so cool and everything like that. And then you get the final page of this chapter, and he cuts through this dragon that looks so cool. Like he goes like King of Hell, 3-sword style, 300. Like it just like it's just honestly, this is like excellent. Like this is what I wanted it to look like. Zoro cutting this dragon and everything like that. It looks a little bit like Oda's first sort of work, Monster, where Ryuma cuts the dragon in half and everything like that. And this is where I think Zoro is gonna get like his moment to like sort of shine, because a lot of people thought that like Zoro was gonna kill Kaido or cut Kaido or something like that. He did, but he didn't kill Kaido or anything like that. I was never on board with Zoro killing Kaido. Like I thought that was kind of stupid or anything like that. I didn't understand why people thought that way. Like Zoro killing Kaido, that seems a bit weird, but whatever. But he does cut a dragon in half and everything like that, and he defeats King, and that's the final page of this chapter. But yeah, looking at this final panel, like it just looks so badass and so cool and everything like that, and I cannot wait for this to be animated and see this dragon in, like, you know, color and everything like that, and in the movement and, you know, the animation and quality and everything like that. Like, this chapter, like, would honestly be served better as an anime episode, because this all of this just looks so cool. Like the artwork looks really cool and the paneling looks really cool, but like this you know, this deserves a really, you know, quality ass, you know, animation and artwork and everything like that to make this fight look, you know, that extra bit of, you know, awesomeness. So yeah. But yeah, but this chapter was great. I loved it. I've already read this chapter once before, and I thought it was a great chapter. I'll give it a good solid 8 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10. I think it's one of the best chapters this year. It's honestly hard to you know, pick my favorite chapters of this year. I would honestly have to go back and have a look at all the chapters that came out this year and put together like my list of like maybe top 10 or top 5 you know, favorite manga chapters of One Piece this year. I might do that as a video or something like that. If you'd be interested to, you know, see that video, put that in the comments down below if you'd be interested to see that video from me. But I'll probably still do it anyways. But yeah, but this chapter is great. I love it. I mean, you know, it sets up everything. It does everything that I wanted to do. We get to see King's face. We get to see, you know, a fight between Zoro and King, which is the, you know, the title of this chapter. We get to see, you know, some of King's moves and his loyalty to Kaido, and a bit of a backstory about Kaido. Will we get a full-on backstory about Kaido? I don't really know. I don't really know if we need it for Kaido, because I don't really care, because like it's I think this is like enough. Like, we've got enough about Kaido to understand his character and everything like that, and where he came from and everything like that. I don't think we need a full, you know, on backstory, like, you know, and telling us every single detail. Some people might want that, but honestly, just my perspective, I just don't really think that we need it. So yeah. But yeah, but this chapter is great. I love it. Anyways, this is your boy, Shonen Boy, signing out. You know, like and subscribe, comment down below. Did you like this chapter? Did you dislike this chapter? Anything you want to talk about, you know, this chapter, put that in the comments down below. You know, what was your favorite thing? Like, did you like the artwork, or did you like the paneling, or what was your favorite thing about the chapter? Put that in the comments down below. And if you would like to see more videos, you know, subscribe, like this video, and do all that sort of stuff. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, and have an awesome day.